What's happening, everyone? Paul here from Project Prepper. Today's prepper tip is stainless steel water bottles and BPA free plastic water bottles. These water bottles are the most commonly used, most popular water bottles out there in the prepping survival world. You guys, some of you may know that these are the go-to water storage vessels, especially in a crisis or a survival situation. I'm going to quickly go through the clean canteen bottles first, and then quickly go through the BPA free plastic water bottles. First, the clean canteens, totally made from food grade 18-8 stainless steel, and have no chemicals in them whatsoever, and are BPA free. And also these plastic lids are BPA free, so there's no chance of any chemical or toxin leaking or leaching into your water supply. They state on the Clean Canteen website that the way they engineer and design these bottles is that they're all in the grooves here, and they're well curved, and there are no edging or corners on the design of these water bottles, so it makes it prevention of any bacteria or mold building up in the corners, if they were to have any corners in these bottles, which they clearly don't, which is a plus. Also, the large mouth opening ones here, for instance, have its advantages, meaning that by opening it up you have easy access to procure water into these bottles, even if methods that you aren't able to reach a stream or creek and you might be slightly elevated, then you can lash rope onto here, have this open, and possibly in a survival situation obviously, and then put a rock in there for a bit of weight, and you can drop it in the water to procure the water a lot easier than a narrow mouthed water bottle. Okay, coming on to the BPA free plastic water bottles. The Nalgene water bottles, I'll start with here. Made in the USA. This is the everyday Nalgene bottle, and it's rated 1400 ml, so it's a larger capacity water bottle. And the everyday is a co-polyester type plastic that is used, which is basically is impact resistant, no chance of odors or smells, and is highly resistant to chemicals leaching into the plastics. So very durable, robust, lightweight plastic water bottle vessel there. And also I have some other ones by Mountain Design here, just to show as an example. So 500 ml BPA free, and 1 litre to the right here. Both has its merits. There's a lot of pros in having these as everyday carries, and also out in field if you were to go hiking, backpacking, camping. But I'd say the stainless steel bottles would trump over the plastic bottles, simply the fact that if you're in a survival situation and you had a stainless steel bottle on your persons, then you're able to, with these type stainless steel bottles, or any stainless steel water bottles for that matter, you can procure the water that you find and actually boil this on the fire, and then there's no risk of the stainless steel won't overheat or, you know, erode or melt or anything like that, because it's high tolerance to heat. And pretty much that's the go-to, so it's a winner in my books. It over the Nalgene plastic bottles. That's not to say that these aren't any less good in their own right, meaning that I use these as a primary source. I always have these stainless steels metal water containers first as a primary source, and then if I need extra water storage, then I use these water plastic BPA free bottles as a secondary backup storage or added extra water storage. So if for what it's worth, what I do is on my everyday carry, I always carry this little bottle around everywhere I go. Even though it's got a painted coating on it, it won't cause any issues with if I would throw it in the fire to boil water to procure safe drinking water. Sorry about that, I had to cut that one out because the plane went over our houses there. But as I was saying, yeah, these are my go-to primary sources for water storage. Simply the fact for a survival situation, I know in my mind that I know I'm going to have a portable source of water purification in a stainless steel bottle, and it can complement with water purification tablets if you have on hand, or even filtered like the life straw filter straw, or even the Cadidin type systems, so you can actually suck right out of the water bottles there. But not to mention though, if you didn't have these and you had water purification process with you, you can easily just as much do the same thing with these plastic BPA free water bottles. But in saying that, this is only opinion based. This is from my trials and tribulations. I've always relied on the stainless steels. So I know these all look brand new. I have not used them. That's correct, I have not used them. You might think that he hasn't used it in the fire. No, I don't, because I use them strictly as an emergency backup, because I have a billy pot on hand that I use to process the water when I'm out in the field. But I've tried them out before in other stainless steel bottles, and they work fine to procure and boil water to make it potable to drink. So there you have it. That's just my prepper tip for today. Hope you enjoyed the video. Please help support us by subscribing. It's much appreciated. Until next time.